This is Drive Mumbai with Erica.
Many harassed housewives, many single folk, many couples return home to be faced with this dilemma. What do we eat? What can we cook? Oh no, back to the kitchen again. So they either order out, same old places, same old dishes. Well, here's a service that is quickly changing our palate. It's an online food delivery service called Holachef, tempting you with delicious dishes across many cuisines, and they're super affordable as well. To tell us more, we're going to connect you with its founder, Saurabh Saxena, who joins us on Drive Mumbai. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You know, I got really curious when I saw Holachef delivery vehicles popping up in my suburb, and I went ahead, I logged in, and I tried it out, and I loved it, I have to say. So, can you explain to my Radio 1 listener how it works?
Sure. So it all started with this simple question that, in fact, you introduced me with. The simple question of what do we eat today? What is there to eat today? Or
right.
What do we cook today? So this was a very personal problem that, our household also faced. So we realized that the question is not getting answered with what's available.
Right.
What we need to really look at is, a way to reimagine the entire supply and say, this is what I want to eat today, and is it available at some place where I can order it from?
Yeah.
So that's what got us thinking, and we realized that probably the answer to this question was so much easier when your mom used to ask it, along with 4 choices. And those choices would usually be the ones that you'd love the most.
Right.
So, however, now the questions become more difficult to answer. So we thought, why not get all these beautiful chefs together? They might have professional background, they might have amateur background, serving only for their family and friends. Let us get them the opportunity to ask questions to the consumers and give 4 choices of their own, and it might just work out beautifully, which it did.
So the whole thing is based on pin code locations. So basically, Holachef provides customers with food from the closest kitchen. I must say, the variety and options are great. But coming back to you, from an IT background to whipping up food for Mumbai City, its potential for success was enough to get a 20 crore investment from Ratan Tata. So what's ahead for Holachef?
Lots of improvement. I still think that capital has to be effectively deployed in putting up a very talented team, which can put up a beautiful product when it comes to the ordering experience or the food experience in itself. And on the other hand, we need to invest capital in terms of getting infrastructure right, because food as a category requires a lot of delicate handling. We need to have that infrastructure in place to allow these fantastic chefs to actually just worry about their artistry and not worry about all the other aspects of the business. And it really is an honor to have somebody like Ratan Tata believing in us, apart from all our other investors as well, because I think this business is all about trust. It is about belief. It is about an emotion. Food is an emotion always.
We're spotlighting changing tastes and changing lifestyles here in Mumbai City. We're going back to our guest this evening. It's Saurabh Saxena from holachef.com, the popular online food delivery service.
This is Drive Mumbai with Erica.
I'm kind of deciding on dinner even as we speak. I'm looking at the website. I'm drooling a little bit as well. It's a toss-up between malai kofta with parathas and Gulistan kebabs, or should I go for pumpkin ricotta stuffed pasta? And both at, $200. I must say that you've got your price points right. What have been the challenges that you faced along the way to getting to where you're at?
Let me tell you a secret that the F&B industry will hate me for.
Okay.
So the food itself doesn't cost much, right? It's all the surrounding elements that actually make the food more expensive, which is fine when you're going to an upscale restaurant or whatever, and you're really not going there just for the food but for an experience.
True.
But all else actually shouldn't be so expensive. And more importantly, the unit economics or the economies of scale actually work well. So when you're buying more, when you're preparing more, and when it is getting consumed more, the costs should be kept in check,
right,
or can be kept in check rather. So I think what we've been able to do is eliminate a lot of processes, eliminate a lot of fringes that are associated with any delivery service or the real estate cost, for example.
Right.
So it does work out well for our price points, and in the end, it's always about finding the right price point where the customers can actually feel comfortable spending that amount almost on a daily basis.
That's true. One last question. How do you go about picking and choosing your chefs, and how does one sign up with you?
It was actually a very difficult task to begin with, because when we went and spoke to our professionals, a lot of professionals that are there on board with us now, none of them really thought that this would be a possibility at all. The home chefs or the amateurs that we went and spoke to, through any references that we were able to figure out, they weren't really sure if they were ready to present their food and their palate to the world.
Okay.
So it was actually took some convincing, but the best part was once the initial few came on board, and when people actually started using the service, and these guys started getting good feedbacks, and they were able to connect with the customers directly, it just triggered something. So today the situation is exactly the opposite. We have so many people who want want to be a part of the platform, become chefs here, put up their servings here. However, we have had to keep a lot of constraints. We try to curate the chefs as much as possible because at the end of the day, it's directly going into the consumer. So we can't really take chances there. So there is a long curation process. The chefs first apply to be a part of the platform, to be a part of Holachef. Then our team gets in touch with them, arranges for a lot of tasting sessions.
Right.
There are, compliances to be taken care of, in terms of the facility, the vendors from which they are buying their raw material, all those audits,
Right.
and getting the certifications in place. And only then the chefs are started to get listed.
Well, it's very interesting to note. So to my Radio 1 listener, do check it out, holachef.com. There's a new menu every day. You can get the food from the best chefs in the city. It's a very easy 3-step order process and you get free home delivery. I got to thank you so much for joining us this evening, Saurabh. Thank you so much, and I'm going to go right ahead and order my dinner.
Thank you so much and enjoy your dinner.